All right, everybody. I am joined here by a very special guest. It is none only than my dad, Brian Blumhorst. I had to bring him on the podcast this week to talk about something special. Dad, what is the special thing that you have done this summer?
I've had two hole-in-ones.
So not only one hole-in-one, which I think a lot of us can agree we haven't done, you've hit two hole-in-ones. That's correct.
Correct.
All right, so set the scene for us. Now, let's go back real quick, though. This is not your first hole-in-one or ones.
Correct.
What happened? You hit one a long time ago.
Yeah, the first one actually goes back to July of 2000, but that story actually goes back to July 24th of 99. I was in a horrific car accident and, broke both legs, both arms, had a broken rib that punctured my lung and a shattered collarbone. And I was basically in a hospital for 30 days and then in a hospital bed at home for another 30 days. And so about Thanksgiving, Christmas time, I was really worried if I was ever going to play golf again. I mean, it hurt just to move, period. And so I really spent, starting about Thanksgiving vacation, Christmas vacation, I literally spent every day swinging without a club, just moving my arms. And back then I was a member at the old Paw Paw golf course, and and we had just transitioned because we moved north of Mendota, and I had just joined Earlville golf course because they were the two closer ones for me for where we lived. And so I'm a big believer in visualization. I mean, that goes back to being a kid and shooting a basketball in your bed straight up and down, and that kind of stuff. So for like 3 months, I practiced swinging at Paw Paw Golf Course and Earlville Golf Course. I played 9 holes damn near every day watching TV just because I didn't think I was ever going to be able to play again, and it gradually got better and better and better. So now 2000 rolls around, and you got to remember, again, I'm a member at Earlville, and it's a Mendota Elks play day out at Mendota Golf Course. And so we're out there playing, and I'm playing with Kenny Argis, Packenham, and Faber. I'm drawing a blank on Faber's first name. But we're on hole number 4, and you got to remember, I'm still not like fully able to like turn, and my collarbone was shattered, and because of everything else that was wrong, they couldn't fix it. So I was still having trouble with my left shoulder. So I go to hole number 4, and it's only 171 yards, but I've got to hit a 5-wood.
Yeah.
Right. Just trying to get some distance. And actually I hit it a little thin. And I played my fade. I mean, it's kind of what I play a left to right fade to begin with. And so it hit right in front of the green. And those play days, Mendota does a great job of when they know they've got a bunch of amateurs out there putting the pins in pretty favorable places. And this one was smack dab right in the middle. It was a white pin, and it hit on front, and it just rolled right in, and it actually hit fairly hard.
Oh, so it hit and then dropped, like hit the stick and...
No, it hit off the green.
Oh, okay.
And then it rolled up, and because we could hear the tink back on the tee box, and it dropped in. Of course, we went crazy, and up until then, that was my greatest round ever of a 36 on the front. And even the better part of it was an Elks play day, so I didn't have to buy anybody any rounds. So that was.
Did you win? Like, was there a closest to the hole?
Yeah.
So
no. I won something. I won a sleeve of golf balls, and
that's
I can't
it.
remember. Yeah.
Like, some people hit hole-in-ones and get like a car. You got a sleeve of golf balls.
I got a sleeve of golf balls. I think maybe for lowest rounders. It had nothing to do really with the hole-in-one, but I'll take it. It was worth it. So I got a plaque, and so I got the scorecard and the golf ball. I got all that on there. So that was, and here's the ironic thing. My accident was July 24th of 99, and this happened July 16th It was literally 8 days short of the anniversary of my accident. Crazy. So that was, I mean, there's just so many crazy things that happened there that, 357 days later you get a hole in one. And And I remember texting a couple of my buddies saying, "Hey, the next hole-in-one you get, you'll have just as many as I do." So that was kind of cool back in the old flip phone era.
So let's fast forward. Then you said in the year 2000. Now we fast forward 20. You go 20 years without one.
Yeah.
Then let's set to see early this summer what happened on hole-in-one number 2 in your
Well,
lifetime.
the hole-in-one number 2, I kind of put it in quotation marks. It's one of those. It's I call it a COVID hole-in-one.
Yeah.
Because what happened is, again, number 14, and it's in league now. And what it does was and again, it's 177 yards, and I hit a 5-iron. And again, I'm playing my left to right fade, and the pin is in the back right, which is perfect for me. And again, I hit off the green, and it rolled, and it hit the pin. And from where we were at, we couldn't tell if it was in or not. We got up there, and actually, the ball was actually outside the hole. So I don't know if it really, but because of the PGA rule at the time was if it hits the pin, then it counts, the stroke counts. So you had guys really trying to like ram putts.
Yeah.
Out there trying to get it to count.
I think that's perfully fair, but if like you're putting from 30 feet
and
you just bash one off,
right.
That's kind of BS.
But the thing of it was too is you can't tell, because at that time they were like, well, you can't tell if it hits that, because we had styrofoam in ours, if it hits it and bounces out. So it's one of those that it counted as a 1 in league,
right?
But to call it really a hole-in-one,
so you technically have like 2.5.
2.5, yes.
And
because
then,
you really can't tell if it did hit the styrofoam and bounce out. I know that, that there is room now, and I'll be honest, I don't remember how much farther down it was at that particular night.
What they should do, and I know it's a money thing, but they should have put like a horn on the styrofoam, so if you hit it, then the horn goes off, and but I mean, that's...
Have it hooked up to a light or something.
So do you remember what day that was this summer? It was like June?
Yeah, June, I'd have to look real quick.
Late June.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, like 6
August
weeks?
4th.
August 4th. So
August
maybe
4th.
6 weeks.
Yeah, maybe 6 weeks at most. Yeah.
Same hole, right?
Same hole. This time I'm with
Same club?
Same club.
Same club.
5-iron, 5-iron, and it was almost the exact same pin placement, the exact same shot. I mean, it was just a replay. It was just weird. The ball hit slightly off the green, one bounce and rolled. And this time I'm with my 2 brothers and my nephew, who's only playing his second round of his life.
He's going to expect that every time he goes out now.
Well, yeah, he was like, well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Or doesn't everybody do this? He was like the most unimpressed of everybody. But it was kind of one of those things, we hit it, and of course, I see it rolling. I'm going, that's a hole-in-one. And my 2, no way. You're stupid. And so we go up there, and my other brother, Kyle, we thought that he hit his to the left, and my other brother, Troy, we knew that he hit his to his right. So we're over on the left looking for Kyle's. We can't. There's one ball on the green, and I just figured it was mine.
Right.
And so we're over there looking for Kyle's, and then in the meantime, Kyle and I are looking for his on the left. My other brother, Troy, gets his on the green. So now Kyle and I, we give up and we go back, and so now there's 2 balls now on the green. And so I go to Troy's ball, and I'm about ready to start putting it, thinking it was mine. He goes, get out of there, that's my ball. I'm
like, yours is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, so we can't find mine. And so then I just figured, well, it must be this other ball. And I go over and pick it up. Wait, this ain't mine. This is, not
like,
the ball.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm like, where in the hell's mine at? Meantime, my other brother, Kyle, coming from the left, he just picks the ball up out of the hole and says, well, who's this? And I go, well, that's mine. He goes, well, you just got a hole-in-one. Yeah, because he just thought that one of us, either Troy or I, had putted and had made it. So he was just like, yeah. And I was like, oh. So I didn't even get a picture of it or anything.
You're lucky. He's a better brother than me, because if it was Trey, I probably would have been like, oh, it was sitting 6 inches. He must have not seen it. So let's see, 3 hole-in-ones, 2 in 6 weeks. The odds of getting 1 hole-in-one in a lifetime is 12,500 to 1.
I saw that, yeah.
The odds of making 2 hole-in-ones in a lifetime, 67 million to 1. And the odds of getting, I didn't look up 2.5, because I don't think that would register, but the odds of getting 3 hole in one. Oh no, this says 3 consecutive aces. That must not be right because that's 156 million.
Yeah. But it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the two, and anybody that plays golf that knows that, it's just the hole just happens to be where the ball is going. I mean, especially on all 3 of those, I did play my left to right fade, and but even then, it's just luck that the hole is where the ball. I mean, because I know it says on there, I think probably that the professional golfers are like 2,500 to 1.
It goes down almost
but
10,000.
That's still yeah. But still, even those guys will tell you just
it's all about luck. Yeah, it's where you hit it.
The better you are, I mean, the better chance you got.
Right.
But I mean, the best I ever got was down to a 6 handicap, and I'm a 13 now.
Sure.
So that's it's luck.
Exactly.
Where those are going.
Now, did you? So both of your ones this summer happened on hole 14, and for those that don't know Mendota Golf Course, hole 16 is also a par 3. Did those hole-in-ones change your approach at all going into the next par 3?
No.
Did you maybe I'll hit the same club, I just won't hit it as hard?
No. If anything, I probably lost my focus more so than anything else because, I'm still, on cloud 9 that I got my, the second hole-in-one there. And so it was, because from there it's a pitching wedge 9-iron for that 136. But that one there, and that's my goal is I want to get a hole-in-one on every on every hole now. So
see, I'd be
I got the 2 of the tougher ones done. So we'll see.
4 and 14 are now 7 might be easy. Then 16,
and then
9 is
nine's a little
kind of tough,
yeah.
just because of the distance.
Yep.
But I would definitely my dumb brain is if I hit it with a 7-iron on 14, I would hit a half of a 7-iron on 16. Be like, hey, maybe it's the club, maybe it's the ball. Have you framed all 3 of the balls?
And this is my shout out. Yeah, I've got all 3. The last 2, and this is kind of part of the story too. The last 2, and a shout out to Kurt Bruno's State Farm. Yep. Kurt gave me 2 dozen Pinnacle Rush State Farm logoed golf balls for my retirement.
Yeah.
I just retired from teaching, and he gave me 2 dozen as kind of a congratulate. Kurt and I coached football back in the day, and so it got to be good friends. And so both of those were State Farm logoed golf balls.
Kidding.
So I got to give a shout out to Kurt for helping me on those 2
Kurt should be
ones.
putting a plaque of you up in the office.
Yeah,
that's like free advertising.
Well, I think it should be a State Farm commercial now or something.
I'm completely with you. Now, the last question I have, you listen to the podcast every week. Between me, Zach, Matt, and Pigoy, none of us have hit a hole-in-one. I think the easy answer here is Pigoy.
Oh, that's the easy one. So we'll take him out of that because he's the obvious answer.
Who's going to get the next hole-in-one?
And just because I don't want to get cuffed across the alley here, I'm going to say you. I haven't seen.
That's what I was hoping.
I've seen Zach play, and when Zach's good, he's good. I mean, he could easily get one of those. Yeah. Especially on 7 and 16, Zach could easily get one of those. And I haven't seen Matt play.
No one has.
So I can't speak for him, but I've seen you, and you definitely have at least the swing most of the time.
Yeah. The problem is someone have to hit a lob wedge from 140 yards.
And that's true. I mean, I hit a 5-iron from 177, and you'd be hitting a
177. I'd be hitting pitching wedge.
Yeah, and see, the problem, from what I see, and that's the problem I have with 7 and 9, which is a 124 and a 136, is that it gets up in the air so much that it doesn't run.
Right.
Then
you almost have to do the bounce,
Right.
It's crazy that all
you got to be more accurate.
Yours, yeah, all 3 of yours have ran in the hole where, you'll see it on SportsCenter a lot of times. They'll take a big bounce and they'll land in, or sometimes they'll even dunk them in.
Yeah.
That all 3.
Oh, yeah, all 3 of mine ran probably 20 yards.
Now, all 3 of yours have had a witness to them. Do you ever...
Yes.
Do you worry when you tee off on hole 1 that you're going to hit a hole-in-one and no one's going to be there? Because it crosses my mind every time I come to the podcast.
Well, matter of fact, this last one with my 2 brothers, that was my, and I keep a pad, that was my 49th round for the year out at Mendota Golf Course. And I would say out of those 49, probably 30 to 35, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
the
like,
fact that you hit 2 hole-in-ones in those
and
other...
actually witnessed that's a miracle too. Because I have had, especially on number 7, I have, hit the pin and left it an
Right.
inch out, and on number 16, I actually like air dunked one that just came out and just, in other words, it went in the air into the cup, but
I'd
came
count
out.
that as a hole-in-one.
But it came out.
I'd count that. I'm counting that. I don't care what anybody says.
So, but I was by myself again, so even if it is,
Now,
there's
do you
no
have
witness.
a backup plan? Because my plan is, if I hit a hole-in-one by myself, I'm running or driving the car to a hole to find somebody like, hey, listen, I need you to follow me. I just hit a hole-in-one. I came straight from the tee box. You need to come look at this. I will find somebody.
Well, I've always kind of, on those 2 where I just missed it literally by inches, I have like looked around just to see if like somebody was on a mower or somebody was driving by, and both of those there was nobody to be found.
Oh, I'm driving around till I might have to drive back up to the clubhouse. And
I still don't know if that counts.
Like, get in the car. Oh man! Well, Dad, thanks so much for coming on. It was great to hear. Obviously, doing some things that most people will never do once in their life. You knocked 3 of them out, and 2 in this summer.
So I'm going to play another 20. So I got to play till at least 77 because I think it's an every 20-year thing for me. So I'm thinking 2040 is my next one.
So we'll come back in the summer of 2040 and we'll talk about your 4th, 5th, 6th. Thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely, my pleasure.